long-term strategy. Since there's no cameras inside, he's going to spin the case each day from outside the steps. The media will take him live while he holds court and rages against injustice and nails Biden's hide to the wall. Free media like that, that's how he got elected in 16. So Trump has no time for shenanigans. And does it even matter who the House Speaker is when every politician is a spending addict? Congress raised the roof with COVID spending to $7 trillion. They tried to keep it up there after the pandemic and thought we wouldn't care.
We are sitting atop a $33 trillion debt, and we're about to run a $2.2 trillion annual deficit. We're about to see rates skyrocket at a time when most American families are spending $700 more per month to get the same household goods and services. So I worry about financial ruin. I worry about de-dollarization and potentially using the dollar as the global reserve currency more than I worry about whether or not some fellow Republicans have to go do a little hand-wringing and bend-bending over Kevin McCarthy.
Donors aren't giving politicians money for favors. They want cash back. And the politicians pay them back in pork right before Christmas Eve. In one big old 50,000-page bill you can't read. But prime time just read what the politicians want stuffed inside. Are you ready? $1.5 million for a carbon-neutral bird sanctuary in Virginia. How about this? $1 million to put solar-paneled roofs on low-income housing in California. $250,000 to give Teslas to people in the projects. Where would they charge them? Don't worry. $500,000 for charging stations. $3 million for a playground in California. Now, we researched what a playground costs to install. 50,000 tops. How about $7 million for an inclusive and equitable park? What makes a park inclusive or equitable? I mean, do they lower the hoops so whites can dunk? We don't know. $5 million to put Wi-Fi in the park. When have you ever been on a park and said, darn it, I can't get Wi-Fi here? $1 million parking lot, $2 a square foot, 30,000 square feet is 60,000. And he said $500 a tree. So let's say I want 100 trees in the parking lot, so that's 50 grand. We just sodded and planted trees for about $900,000 below cost. $11 million for a machine gun range. No wonder they think Mar-a-Lago's worth 18 mil. And Nancy Pelosi asked for a $5 million elevator at a train station. How many stories is this train station? 100? Then there's AOC. AOC wants $500,000 to remodel a bathroom and a library. I didn't even know AOC's constituents used libraries. AOC also wants $1 million to refurbish a basketball court. All right. It's outdoors, so you pave it, you paint the free throw line, paint the three-point line, the half-court line, and you put up 2 hoops that won't break when I dunk on them. And we got a quote to build a basketball court from scratch, 75,000 tops. And that's with the fiberglass backboards. She wants $1 million. So this whole House Speaker drama is a racket. And they look you straight in the eye and they tell you they want to get inflation down. How is that possible when you're spending $1 million on a basketball court? The whole thing's a joke. They're robbing us, paying back their donors, and pretending they're at work. I get it now. Keeping the government open is destroying the dollar. Primetime says vote them all out.
Yep. Vote
Here
them all
now,
out.
Adam Andrzejewski.
I say the
He's
same
founder
thing.
and CEO of
Vote all of them. Get rid of all of them.
So
They
we
all
just
come.
got started on this earmark request for this budget.
$33 trillion.
I mean, we're not even a quarter
And ain't
way
nobody
through,
got fired.
And this is the garbage that we found. They try to
$33
hide it from us, don't they? And then they scratch their heads and wonder why inflation's at like 10%. Well, bringing back earmarks, Jesse, was the equivalent of providing open bar for a bunch of alcoholics on our dime. Right. In the 2024 spending bills that will eventually be debated this fall, incredibly, the top 63 earmarkers in the House are all Republicans. You don't hit a Democrat.
They go get one for commercial. But like I said again, it is what it is. They're bombarding us with commercials, bombarding us with all type of entertainment bullshit. so we can be the bullshit they made us into being. Bunch of fucking non-thinking fucking puppets to the fucking bullshit that don't make no sense.
Expedia members save on travel.
Democrat to the 64th earmarker. In the Senate, it's much the same. 8 out of 10 of the top earmarkers in the Senate are Republicans, led by U.S. Senator Susan Collins. They've earmarked nearly $600 million for the state of Maine, her home state. It's 42nd in population, and it's the #1 state receiving the most earmarks in the spending bills that will be debated this fall. So is this ever going to change? You don't have McCarthy in there anymore. Is this ever going to change, no matter who's speaker? Well, Republicans, they need to get serious. They need to cut spending, and cut spending, especially the waste. And people can debate the merits of earmarks, but here's the fact. Every single dime, Jesse, is borrowed against our national debt. So local projects of merit, they should be funded locally, not with our tax
So do you think a $3 million playground has merit? I mean, honestly.
Because I could put a tire swing off and maybe a little jungle gym. We priced it out. $3 million. Is it made of gold? See, that's the thing. That project would never get funded locally because it's a pork barrel wasteful spending project. But they're borrowing it off against the federal taxpayer and against our national debt. Here's some quick examples of more earmarks in that year-end spending bill. $1 million for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. $2 million for the Great Wax and Blacks Museum in Baltimore, where the member who got the earmark got his own wax statue 6 months previously. It was $3.6 million for the Michelle Obama Trail down in Georgia. And it was $5 million for the Hip Hop Museum from Senator Schumer right there in New York.
All right, so listen, if you have a rock and roll museum that can't raise $1 million, and you got, who do you have in there? You got Led Zeppelin, you got the Stones. You don't think any of those guys could pony up a couple dollars for $1 million? Or hip hop? You know, Run DMC can't throw down 50. LL can't throw down a 50. I mean, you can't raise that kind of money like by the guys that are in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. Look, here's how it works. In the Senate, you had the retiring U.S. Senator Patrick Leahy. He was the chairman of Appropriations. He earmarks $30 million into the University of Vermont. Once he retires this spring, they rename the Honors College where the earmark went after him. He did it again, $34 million on an earmark into the Burlington International Airport. And this spring, they renamed the airport after him.
The whole state's going to be named Leahy. They just... All right, well, we're going to keep tracking this. I mean, Pelosi, $5 million for an elevator? I mean, take the stairs. I mean, how high could this thing go? It's a train station. It's on a monorail. Thank you very much.
Thank you.